now streaming live on YouTube. It says we're live on YouTube, Kim.
Oh yeah, it does.
Don't have the link yet. But you guys,
in case it is, like it does with Facebook, where you don't think you're streaming live, but you're really streaming live.
yeah.
Oh.
Jason's in the middle of a firework.
Is he? Okay, we are
It says
live.
we're live on YouTube, Kim.
Oh yeah, it does.
Don't have the link yet. Okay, I need to turn you guys off. But you guys,
Whoa.
okay, sorry. Did you guys hear all that?
Yes.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'm gonna post it onto the Facebook page and then
Hope for the best.
exactly. Oh my gosh, what Jason, is that you? Really?
Well,
Is
that's
that
delayed.
what I just saw?
That was delayed by like 10 seconds, but yeah.
Oh gosh, that's funny.
That was him. Yes.
Facebook
I'm gonna put
Live.
the background on. Like, bam, 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 bam. Introducing Forgot or Not. Bam, bam, bam. Then I'm gonna go back to regular like that.
And Kim, when I'm the director, when we bring on Dwayne, I switch to speaker view so that it's just him talking. When it's Andy and I'm in the Brady Bunch view.
Okay.
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 And Jason too, when Jason's talking.
Okay.
Andy, you have some things you're going to talk to me about?
Nope. Got nothing to say.
Make sure it's going.
I like my antennae.
I got a text message from Jason last night.
And I'm in the.
Okay.
I heard my voice.
Yeah, sorry. I was just making sure that it was still working. Okay, I am posting it to Facebook now.
Okie dokie. I'm watching. I'm on Facebook.
It's called Facebook Live-ish. Okay,
It's
Dwayne
called-
and Jason, mute your mics, please, and hop on off the video.
Yeah, you can turn your videos off. Ba, 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 ba. I just refreshed to see if it's up. And oh, there I am. Facebook Live-ish with Beth and Andy. Check it out. Andy, I think we're live.
Okay.
Hi, Andy.
So did you miss last week when I wasn't on?
Yes, of course I missed you, Andy. Kim Randall is a great co-host. but
Oh my
there's-
God, she did such a good job.
Didn't she? And I didn't have to rush her along.
That's right. Because she understands the importance of being timely.
That's right. Happy 4th of July Eve.
Yeah, same to you.
We were patriotic today.
I see that. I like it.
Isn't it cute?
Yep. I like it a lot.
Like a bobblehead. What are you doing? What are you doing for the weekend?
Oh, big plans.
I bet, because you're out, always out and about.
I think we'll barbecue at some point, maybe tomorrow.
Yeah.
I think it might be rainy though. I don't know.
My husband and daughter are out on a boat today with a friend.
Oh, wow.
So
That's
I
brave.
don't boat. I get ridiculously motion sick. So I am here, and I've been really excited to tell you about my new hobby that
Oh, what do you got?
So I have always
Wait, can I guess what your hobby is?
Well, I kind of told. I think you may have heard, but go ahead. What do you?
Clay sculpting.
No, but close.
Jump rope jumping.
No.
Spinning.
No. The last guess.
Right. Hair design?
No. All right. So I have taken up acrylic painting.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Is there a difference
right?
between acrylic painting and just painting?
Yeah, there's oil paints, there's watercolor paints, there's acrylic paints. And I'm learning all the different techniques. So I started with acrylics because for beginners, I think evidently they're supposed to be like really easier to do. And so I've done 2 paintings so far. My first painting was okay, and I used a YouTube tutorial to do that one. But my problem is that all those tutorials on YouTube, I don't like the pictures. So I don't like what they're painting. And I'm like, seriously, I'm not going to keep this. What am I going to do with it? So I got on a kick of wanting to paint my dog, Lucy. And I'm like, I am going to do it. I'm going to paint my dog, Lucy. All right.
So let's see it. What do you got?
So first you have to see the inspiration pic, and I hope that this comes through on the camera okay. So this is the inspiration pic. Can you see that pretty well? Yeah. And I'm kind of embarrassed. I'm gonna show this to like all my friends on Facebook. This is what I did.
Wow, that's actually really good.
Yeah?
That wasn't a paint by numbers?
No, I did this.
Wow.
So yeah, look, here's the inspiration pic, and then there's my pic.
That's really good.
I'm kind of impressed with myself.
How long did that take you to do that?
This morning, that's why you haven't seen me working, because I I got up around 9, and Gary and Emma went off to go boating, and the house was nice and quiet, and I thought, you know what, I just want to try this because I don't want Emma looking over my shoulder judging me.
Right.
For those of you that don't know, my daughter is a fantastic artist. And
I don't think she would judge you though.
I don't think she would either, but it's still just like kind of my private thing that I've started to help with my stress level, and just a hobby for myself, you know.
So it's like a yoga replacement.
It kind of is, because I lost about 2 hours of my morning just like that, 2 or 3 hours. I think it took me 9 to 11 o'clock. And but you know what was really hard about this, Andy, was these colors I had to make. So like,
you had to mix the paints.
I had to mix the paints and kind of eyeball it to my inspiration pick and everything. And I wasn't sure I'd be able to do it, but for the past 2 days, I've been watching YouTube videos on how you mix colors and some brush stroke things. Like I just kind of tried to get smart in some of those techniques, and I just went for it. Now I didn't draw her. So what you do, those budding artists out there, I don't know if anybody cares about this or not, but I'm hoping so. So what you can do is that photograph that I had, you print it in black and white, and then you take a pencil on the back of the paper and you can transfer it. So you tape that to your canvas and you trace along the outside. So I had the shape of her head and everything, but the whole shading and the body and the colors, that was all me, but I wouldn't be able to sketch her out. So that's what I did this morning.
That's amazing. Yes, I love it.
Who knew your partner had such skills, right?
I knew, because I've done prototyping activities with you when we do like, the customer personas, and you're always drawing things and stuff. So I knew.
Yeah.
I kind of knew. Yes. Yeah. I've seen it in action. Yes. Yeah.
So now, we always said that Emma's art came from Gary's side of the family, but I'm starting to think maybe I have some skills that weren't known.
Definitely. I didn't know his family was artistic. That's interesting.
Yeah. His brother was an artist, and his even his mom and dad have some art skills and music as well. Art and music.
I've started to do tissue sculpting.
Oh, how gross. Get that out of my face. You're nasty.
Can we go back to talking about Beth's beautiful artwork and how I want to now go and paint with you, Beth? I
Absolutely, because
also love to acrylic paint.
Why don't we have like a
could.
paint party?
We could do a
Because
paint party.
Andy, unless you're coming in a bubble, I don't think you'll be there.
No, we can do it remotely like this. Like set up our stations and
We
like,
could,
take a
but I
take
also
a break.
know
and-
that Beth has an outdoor patio that has a pool,
uh-huh.
and where we could social distance and paint. I love
Well,
painting.
Yeah, I mean, I think you should go do that, and then I can kind of zoom
We can
in.
zoom you in.
Yeah,
And he'll zoom in.
yeah.
But you've got to get acrylics, you got to get brushes, you've got to find an inspiration picture, or, ooh, best
Let me see
idea
if I
ever.
can find an inspiration picture.
I have a
here.
great idea. We will do a challenge, and we do this at Christmas time every year with my best friends, myself, Chrissy, Don, and my nephew Brady. We have a Christmas holiday painting competition, and we will
Ooh.
paint one night, and we will just pick our own picture that we want to do. What did I do? I don't even remember what I did this year. Last year I did a Grinch holding the ornament. I did a snowman on the beach with palm trees this year. And then what we do is we post them to Facebook, and we don't tell anybody who did them, and we let Facebook decide who the winner is.
Oh, cool.
And I've never won.
Well, you're bound to win soon.
I mean, not everybody knows good art when they see it. I get it.
So
Um,
I have a story too. So you already heard this one, Beth, but for people that haven't. So one of my, really our academic heroes is this woman, Sarah Sarasvathy. She is the creator of effectuation, something that we teach in our class and in many of our programs and workshops. And I got an email on Monday from a woman in Germany saying, hey, we haven't heard from you. Your submission was accepted to present at our conference in Berlin. We're doing it virtually. There's 78 people registered. Are you still doing it? And I had totally forgotten. So I had already had something scheduled for Friday with the Florida Prosperity Partnership with Beth. So I was kind of double booked. So I got it done. But then after the presentation, a number of people have emailed me. So I didn't even tell you this yet, Beth. So a guy emailed me today from South Africa, and he's interested in opening up an in-lab at the college where he works in Johannesburg. Yeah. So we've been emailing this morning, and he loves what we're doing. He looked at the website. He could tell, how it would really fit in what they're trying to do at the college, this interdisciplinary stuff. So I was really excited that at least it led to something really cool like that.
That's awesome, Andy. That's so exciting. And our director of international education is going to hear about that too.
Oh my God, yeah. I've got two leads like that. So
that's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah,
That's
one
so
is in
cool.
Johannesburg, the other is in Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. And then I researched this morning July 4th and entrepreneurship.
Okay.
So I discovered this person I'd never heard of. I talked to Anne about it because she's a history teacher. She hadn't heard of him either. His name is Hercules Mulligan, or was.
Oh, yeah.
You know
he's
who
in
he
Hamilton.
Was?
Yeah.
Oh, is he?
Hamilton.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he got Hamilton involved with the Sons of Liberty, but he was a tailor in New York City. I mean, he's from Ireland initially. But he was a tailor, and he became like one of the first American spies. He saved apparently George Washington's life twice because he overheard the British talking about plans for capturing George Washington, so he would alert General Washington. So I thought that was kind of an interesting thing. I never heard of him. So he's in the play?
Yeah, he's in the play. And oh my gosh, I don't know if you know this, but Hamilton dropped today on Disney Plus. And Emma was so torn between going boating or just staying home and watching Hamilton all day long. She is so jazzed about going to or seeing Hamilton whenever she
Interesting.
wants. And it's
Yeah.
the play. It's the Broadway play.
Yeah.
And so she's really psyched about that. Hey, why don't we bring on our guest?
Yeah, let's do that. Who are we bringing on first, Jason or Dwayne?
We are bringing on Dwayne Kimball.
Oh, that's good. That's a good one. All right.
Yeah,
so
so
welcome, Dwayne Kimball. He can turn his video on.
Yeah.
Because he will, of course, make all of us look way better. Yeah.
He needs these though. I should send them.
Oh,
Yay, Dwayne.
How we doing? How we doing?
Oh, really good. Welcome, Mr. Kimball there. So I'm going to ask him a question, Beth, but I think like last time I was a question hog, so I just kept asking all the questions and you never asked them.
It's all right. I'll bump in. I'm playing.
All right. So Dwayne, I'm sure a lot of people know who you are and what you're working on. Before we talk about your business, I want to talk about where you grew up, because we've been having some really engaging conversations in the past month or so. Talk a little bit about where you grew up, what kind of community that was, and what you've been able to do recently because of your business to help support the community from which you come.
Sure. I grew up originally from Southeast Missouri, about 3 hours south of St. Louis, a little small town called Charleston, Missouri. I graduated in high school 1988, attended Southeast Missouri State University, which is about 2.5 hours south of St. Louis. Recently, in conjunction with my business, partnered with my fraternity, which is Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. And we wanted to do something with the local community. It's a small community of about 5,000 people in the county of Mississippi County. And think about maybe 10 or 12,000 people total in the entire county. And not a lot of manufacturing there in that area. Some, but not a lot. And along with my fraternity, we wanted to donate about 6,000-7,000 masks to the people in the county. And so my business, KMD 89 VA Claims Consulting, was able to do that. Another veteran in the Tampa area that she owns her own company that sells PPE gear. She really came through. She had the product available. I went and picked it up. Shipped it, UPS shipped it, and they should be distributing it now or this weekend, if I'm not mistaken. So that was very good. I know Andy and I, we talked about, being a young entrepreneur, having my own business, giving back to the community in some way. And I was looking at something to maybe adopt a school and in the Tampa area. And one of my fraternity brothers was on Facebook, he had a call to action, and I just had to act. So from the time he did that video, posted the video on Facebook, we coordinated to do a Facebook Live event with certain members in the community there. And then I had the mask to the community probably within a week's time.
That's amazing.
It's a matter of days. So
yeah.
I definitely want to, it made me feel really good that, wanted to do it, but having my own business and being able to support an initiative like that. So
nothing like leveraging profits for social good, especially in the community where you came from, where there's no real like physical hospital right within that municipality. There's a clinic, but you have to travel quite a distance to get to a hospital. So I really wanted to start out with that because I was really proud of you for doing that, but I know how much that made you feel really good about what it is you're doing. So, let's talk a little bit about yourself. I know that you were in the military for quite some time, but then had a whole career, series of jobs after that. ultimately leading to your own business. So let's kind of talk about that journey. So you transitioned out of the service when, and what branch of the service were you in? As I recall, you said it was the Coast Guard. Is that correct?
No.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. Okay, that's right.
You know, the poor Coast Guard.
I know. Do you remember when we were at the Edge conference and they're like, all right, how many people in the Army?
Yeah, Navy.
Yeah, a lot of people, and they say, okay, the Coast Guard's like, one person was there. I felt so bad for the poor Coast Guard.
Yeah. No, I'm a United States Army veteran. I was stationed in Fort Hood, Texas, in Schweinfurt, Germany, which is in southern Bavaria, in Germany. And once I left the military, I went back to college. I had another year left, and I received my undergraduate degree while working full-time as a production technician at Procter & Gamble. And I was there about maybe like three and a half years. And, you know, that really just something that I didn't want to do. And actually, I had a small business. It wasn't anything official, just kind of testing the waters a little bit. But then an opportunity, I had opportunity to go into management with Kraft Foods. So I worked as a supervisor at Kraft Foods on the south side of Chicago. I worked in what they call the good season department. We made shake and bake seasoning, Taco Bell seasoning, open pit barbecue sauce, the barbecue sauce for Tony Romo. Romo's
Oh
restaurant.
yeah, I love Tony. Yeah.
So we made that barbecue sauce, and right when the plant got ready to close down, they were shipping those production lines to different areas. I went over and I took over the Crystal Light and Kool-Aid department.
Nice.
So I left there after that facility was scheduled to close, and I went into the meat division. I thought it would be very challenging, and it was. By far, I think meat is the toughest food manufacturing process out there. And I went to Oscar Mayer, which was part of Kraft Foods in Columbia, Missouri. That's where they have the University of Missouri, Mizzou. I was there 3.5 years. Yeah, I was there 3.5 years, and I was so bored because I came from Chicago, and I go to Central Missouri, and I'm like, man, you know, I'm from Missouri, but not this part. I was so bored, I enrolled in grad school. So I obtained my MBA while I was there in business. Probably about within 6 months after graduation, that brought me to Florida, and I was a supervisor. I took a supervisor job at Tropicana in Bradenton, Florida. So I was there maybe 26 months. And then from there, I went to Department of Veterans Affairs. I worked there. Then I retired from there in October 2018. And I knew right before I retired, I wanted to still work with vets. And I had to figure out in what capacity. And while I was there, it was evident that a lot of veterans struggle with the VA claims process. So I wanted to start a business to educate them on that process, because I went years after I got out of the military, and I didn't even know I wasn't receiving any benefits from the VA, none. And whether it be medical or compensation, nothing. I knew of the VA, but I didn't know everything that they offered. So I wanted to change that, and from the compensation benefit side, and I started my own business on November 1st, 2018, educating veterans on the VA disability compensation claims process, so they may be successful in maximizing their benefits and giving their claim the due process they deserve. That's the pitch. That's the pitch from the Strive class.
All right, so Dwayne,
that brings happy tears to my eyes. You're a good value prop.
Yeah, and you know who gave me the idea to put the due process in that pitch? Beth did. Beth did.
There you go.
When we had to stand up and pitch, you all had somebody there, and we all had to pitch. And Beth was like, something like it's missing something, due process. So I incorporated that in there.
So you've been, I met you a while before you came through Strive,
Yeah.
and we had some really good conversations. You were a rock star in the Strive Veterans Entrepreneurship Training. And the business, man, it's just really growing. And it's allowing you to do these types of things that you just recently did in your hometown in Missouri, which is just amazing. So we went over the numbers the other day, and I can't remember the exact percentage, but your year over year revenue is up like, I want to say like 400, 500% from last year. It was just amazing.
Rock on, Dwayne.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
And the other thing about you, and we're going to be tapping into you for this reason, is you've been great at finding like hacks to be able to like come up with ways of cobbling together a business and taking some of those annoying tasks off your plate. And finding really cool services that you can use to solve those problems. How's that helped your business?
Tremendously. And I really didn't think too much about that piece of it until when I enrolled in the Strive program. And you would always say, always look for something, we talked about budget. And,
right. Don't spend money.
Right. Or negotiate. And I had a budget. I worked when I was working. I just, I didn't want to take a loan for my business, and I worked some overtime, and I would just put it away, and I saved a little money. And I'm like, okay, this is my budget whenever I start whatever business, and that's what I use. And one thing I didn't account for was my service agreement, service contracts, and that was like 80% of my budget. So I had to come up with other ways to generate revenue to, purchase different items and, things like that. So, I was always online looking for advertising. How can I advertise my business for free? And some of the things I did, Don Free, another veteran, Navy veteran, was in the Strive program. He gave me the idea of creating a YouTube channel. And that has been generating at least 90% of my revenue for my business. So I have about, I think I just went over 600 subscribers, maybe a little under 600 in 6 months. That's just been 6 months. And I've been able to reach people from all over. I just got off the phone this morning with a client from he lives outside of Medellin, Colombia. They saw my YouTube video. Another client of mine lives in Normandy, France. So it's been great. And YouTube is free. It's just a matter of, I had to upgrade my camera because the cell phones are good, but the camera, the video comes through really well. I use Fiverr.com. I have a couple of people there to edit the videos. That's relatively really inexpensive. It's like $7. And I was looking to someone here in the States, and they wanted like $100 per video, so I was like, well, no, I'm not going to do that. And then coming up with, I use Canva, where I had someone on Fiverr to do a thumbnail for my YouTube videos.
Nice.
Canva is free, so I go in there and edit the thumbnail. Then I had to find someone to take, professional photos. And I know we did last May at the ECC Center, we did a professional photographer who was there. Well, I wasn't prepared. I didn't know he was going to be there, but I still got it done for a little less than nothing, professional photos. And just, I'm always online, YouTube, looking at different channels I subscribe. And, even with, I remember I paid for QuickBooks, and you were like, man, you shouldn't have done it. So I just switched over to QuickBooks Online Plus. Being a Strive graduate, I got that for free for a whole year. And someone's going to charge me like $100 a month. And when I went to their website, it was actually $48 a month. So just researching, knowing what I want to do, and then researching the cost behind it. And if you spend the time to do it, an hour or two or whatever, then you can get these things for little or nothing or free. You find something that's free.
And that's what we always push. We push for, don't pay for anything. Don't pay for anything.
Right.
Figure out another way.
Yeah.
We hear stories of our entrepreneurs, paying for things too early on. And
Right.
so you are definitely the epitome of resourceful. So
Yeah.
speaking of which, I think
before we bring it over, Dwayne, I just want you to tell us, for people who are interested in your business, which is to maximize VA claims and benefits, how do they get in touch with you? How do they check out your YouTube channel? What are the next steps?
Yeah,
sure.
And we provide it too.
Okay. My YouTube channel is just my name, Dwayne Kimball. If you go there, you can search for me. I have a standard thumbnail. You'll see me. That's my YouTube channel. I normally try to get at least 3 to 4 videos out a month. My website is kmd89.com, Kilo Mike Delta 89.com. And on there, under the calendar link, it'll have the different events where I'm going to be, where I'm going to, my presentations. I do a live Q&A on the VA claims process the last Friday of every month. And the first Wednesday and the first Saturday of every month, I do my 4-hour modular training that educates the veterans on the.
And then you do your workshop through the InLab, which is
the InLab
great,
too.
and that's been
the
awesome.
third, which is the third Thursday.
Third Thursday. Okay.
Yeah,
third
that's,
Thursday.
I'm just
that's
impressed
great.
you know where to go every day. That's really good.
But Dwayne, the way that we would do this now, Andy, is that Dwayne's going to stay on with us. So
perfect.
when we
Okay,
we
cool.
bring on another one of our graduates, Jason Hendricks is who we're bringing on, guys. Look at it's me with all the boys today. Check it out.
Let me end with something. I just want to say personally, say a big thank you to Andy and Beth, Greta, who's not on here, and Cliff. I was just kind of going along with my business, and that Strive program, it was just like, poof, it was like they like what is that comedian name? Charlie Murphy seeing Rick James for the first time. And Rick James had that aura. That's the way the Strive program was, because not only, I met a couple of people, Don Freed, Juan Salas, Fernando Villanueva, that, we did some work together that really opened my eyes. And as a young entrepreneur, you think you can just see and know everything. You can't, because somebody else can look at your business and say, hey, you want to change this, and it's kind of hard to do that. But, getting together with them and going through the Strive program, it was definitely a game changer for me. And I came out of that thing and I hit the ground running. And I still look at my feasibility plan at least once or twice a month. It helps. And, the mentorship that Andy has provided. So I'm definitely grateful, and just, thank you for all that you did for me and continuing to do for me and other veterans and other students at ACC.
Oh, that's really nice.
That's
of
so
you to
sweet.
say.
Thank you.
Thank you. Look at that unsolicited praise. We love that.
I know. So nice. And it does give me yet one more segue into bringing Jason on. He can unmute and take his video off too, because like what Dwayne was just saying about how, kind of the lessons learned in the programs that we offer, that Jason is someone who graduated with a certificate in entrepreneurship through the HCC's academic program. He couldn't get enough of us. So he went on to be a part of the first Strive cohort that Dwayne was a part of, which is our veterans non-credit training. And then he pivoted his business, so he came through Strive a second time. So Jason,
he's like an in-lab junkie. I don't know what's going on there.
Seriously, but it's so cool to see how this idea with Forgot or Not, and I think most people in Tampa are pretty familiar with this brand. Jason's branching out into another state. We'll let him talk about that in a minute. But Jason, glad you're on. Dwayne, you can ask questions too. It's just one big old conversation here. So what's going on, Jason?
What's going on? I'm happy to be here.
You skipped one thing, Beth, which was
Oh, what'd I
that
forget?
before he came through the college credit entrepreneurship program, he actually came through another veterans boot camp we had that's how I
right.
first met him.
That was our gap year.
Yes,
where
exactly.
we weren't
Yeah.
aligned with IVMF yet. And Andy got a hair up his butt and was like, you know what? I'm just going to do this veterans training without being affiliated with anything. I'm just doing it.
Yeah,
and
it was
and
great.
look what it yielded. Jason Hendricks and this awesome business with Forgot or Not.
That's
Yeah. And he used to ask really like piercing questions. You know, he'd be like, I'd say something about, you know, gross profit, and he'd be like, I got a question for you about this gross profit thing. Can you explain that a little bit more? What exactly are you getting at there with gross profit? And I'd be like, wow, no one really has ever asked me that. And then I'd have to like explain myself. I was like, who is this young man? You know?
I remember in the beginning, look, we're not letting Jason talk yet, but I remember in the beginning,
you know, he's like an adopted son, you know?
Yeah, I remember me thinking, is this kid trying to be provocative and just trying to stump the teacher?
Yeah.
Were you thinking that too, Andy?
Yeah.
Sometimes we get these students who know more than us, and I'm not saying that people don't know more. I don't know everything, no doubt about it. But then
well, I know everything, so
yeah.
I just, you know.
But there's definitely sometimes these. I call it a provocative student, where they try to ask questions to stump the teacher. And is that what this kid's doing?
No, but you know what he does. You know what he does that's really awesome is in classes when there's a student that doesn't understand something, he'll act like, even though he understands it, like he doesn't understand it on behalf of that student. So we're able to repeat and explain differently what it is the other student, you know, really wasn't grasping. He has really deep empathy that way, which is.
Are we going to let him talk?
Yeah. Sorry. Yes.
What do I want to talk about? I can talk for days, you know.
So can Andy.
And evidently so can Dwayne. So I'm trying to keep this live on some sort of schedule. We were late because Facebook Live wouldn't freaking work, and then I tried to keep our, you know, I went off on a tangent about my awesome painting, but anyway, Jason, hi.
You want to do Facebook Live with Beth and Kim on like Tuesdays?
Okay. Jason, why don't you tell us first about how Forgot or Not came, like what is it, how did it come about? Just tell us a brief little story about how it's evolved.
Yeah, sure. So like Andy was saying, I originally started out with I guess it was the pilot program of the entrepreneurship program. And that's when I really didn't know what I was going to do. I struggled trying to find a really solid business idea. At the time, I was selling these little boxes for men's. It came with like a tie, a pen, and then something else. And then Andy would say, well, go sell them, go make a few sales, and then come back, and then we'll go from there. And I would hit the street from Ybor, and I try to sell these little boxes. And when I sold my first 3, I told him, hey, look, I sold 3 of them. Now what's next? You know, and he was like, well, you need to find a problem to solve. And I was like, well, I don't know what problem to solve. And that's when he kind of gave me a hint. He was like, well, you know, Jason, I think a problem that people may have is that they don't know what type of gifts to send people. You know, they forget, you know, maybe like something like forget. I forgot, it was like forget thee not. And I was like, I like that. I automatically took that, but the name was taken. You know, I had to validate to see it was a problem. And that's when I went and enrolled into the HCC certificate program, where I started to kind of dig a little bit deep on what the problem was. And after talking to over 150 people, I realized that like 90 to 95 of those people, it wasn't that they forgot, is that they just forgot to make time to go get a gift. They had the Outlook calendar to remind them. They had Facebook reminder to remind them of birthdays. So they didn't forget birthdays. It's just by the time they remembered, it was too late. And so that's when I met the awesome Beth Curley. One day, I'm steady raising my hand back to back with like 50 different questions. She's ready.
Being provocative.
Yeah, I think you came and you asked me because I had known him before you did. So
Yeah.
you're like, is he kind of provocative? I'm like, no, he just like likes to understand, you know?
Right. And I think at the time Beth had like, I think, was it 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock where your brain shut off? I can't remember the time.
Oh, yeah, guys, I'm telling you, no good after 2 o'clock.
After 2 o'clock? Well,
Yeah.
I think it was like 1:30, and we had put up this thing called like I think it was like the competitive map. You
Yep.
familiar with that?
Yep.
And we literally stayed. Keep in mind that 2 o'clock is our cutoff time. I think we stayed to like 2:30 that day, and that's when I realized the difference between me and Amazon is that we're a little bit more personalized to where all of our drivers carry a 10.5 iPad. And at the time, we were delivering gifts the same day. And so that's just kind of how the baby became Forgotten Not.
That's really cool. Dwayne, did you have to go talk to 150 people?
No, no, I
How'd you
did not.
test?
I was before I started the Strive program. Even before I retired, I would get a lot of questions. So from veterans, I'd be out at dinner or just neighbors, and they all had questions about the VA claims process. And I can remember, listening to, what were their frustrations with the VA? What was the bottlenecks or the issues they were encountering when it came to the VA claims process? So I took that, I remembered that information, and I took that and I said, okay, this is the pain point that I'm going to solve. And that's when I came up with the education piece, because, even now my clients, they ask questions. I'm like, you got to take this training because it's going to answer a lot of your questions. And, the event that I do for, Operation Startup, it's an hour and a half long, but I'm on there maybe 2-3 hours, just
Yeah.
answering a lot of questions. So, but yeah,
You were lucky.
I didn't talk to
You
that
were
many,
lucky.
but
Because Andy, if you were in the academic program, you would have been having to validate that with a whole lot of research.
Well, he
Yeah.
had years of really validating it because
Yeah.
of his job. He could tell from all the clients and claims he was processing, like what the problems were, not just for the veteran, but on the government side too. There was enormous pressure to process claims really, really fast, which meant that, the people like Dwayne, couldn't give as much attention to each case just because they were under the gun to process them. And he said, there's got to be a better way,
So Jason, what was the hardest part of the whole program of getting this thing off the ground, or what it still is even the hardest part?
The hardest part, I want to say, is just being patient. A lot of times, going into it, especially with a very innovative idea that's kind of new to the market and no competition in sight, you think that you're just gonna boom, shoot right to the top. And like just waiting patiently is the biggest pain, because it's a difference between waiting and patience. Waiting is just waiting. Patient, you have to kind of
Oh, that's so good, Jason. I'm so glad you said that, because you can never stop the hustle.
right.
So it's not like patience, I'm going to sit back and wait for it to happen. It's patience, and I'm going to continue to grind and continue to hustle and pivot when I need to.
That's what's hard. And speaking of pivoting, we actually pivoted from B2C. And for those who are watching don't know what B2C is, as business to consumer, we made a pivot to B2B, which is business to business, going through the cohort of Strive program, where we just focus now on real estate agents, builders, small businesses, medium-sized businesses, people who want to gift their client. And so far, it's looking really pretty so far.
So wait, let me understand that a little bit more, because just so I understand it. So let's say I'm a title company and I host closings at my office. So real estate agents, select a title company sometimes, or the buyer does. And I want to kind of give a gift to who? To the real estate agent as the title company owner. So I would hire you to gift to a real estate agent. Is that kind of how that would work in that case?
You know what? You kind of hit it right on the nail. To kind of give you a quick overview though, we take a lot of the stress. We do all the work for you and you take all the credit, right? So throughout the year, you can buy 10, 20, or 30 of these packages, right? And you can just relax and focus on the most important tasks that you have to do in the office. While in the meantime, when it's time to gift your client, we're going to send them cookies, balloons, gift cards on your behalf, and it's not even going to be branded. So they're going to think it strictly came from you. So it kind of builds that trust and that relationship, you know, kind of automatically throughout the year.
And there's
Sounds
also
a lot
video-
like a lifetime value of a customer, that he's
Like
the value that he's adding to these businesses.
you're on your thing today. Look at you.
So I have a
So-
question that I think is pretty important to the current situation that we are all living,
Okay.
called this global pandemic. Do you offer no contact deliveries? Are you aware of that? Do you offer that for your clients? Because I think that's very important for people to know, especially today.
So right now, our focus is strictly B2B. In the future, we do plan to maybe offer just maybe a package to where we'll send a handwritten note. But right now, that's not necessarily our niche. You know, we're going to be 6 feet apart when we deliver this experience. You know, COVID is impacting a lot of people. In fact, it's impacting everybody. But we take 100% precaution whenever we do deliver any type of gift experience to your client. We're 6 feet away. We have our mask on. If you go to our Facebook videos, we even wear gloves. So we take it really seriously. So I hope that answered your question.
And then
Yeah.
one thing you've done to distance yourself, I know because we've used the service, is you'll pull together short video clips of people that want to celebrate someone else. And then you'll cobble that together and make this montage of a video of all these different people. And then you could either send that digitally to the person if you want to maintain distance, or even outside of their office, you could show them on the iPad the video. So there's that distance there as well.
Yep. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And I've received one of those and they're amazing. I cried. I was like tearing up in the Olive Garden parking lot meeting Jason.
And I got that all on tape too. I can't
You
wait.
did, and I look like I don't understand why all of you have like terrible ugly cry Kim. Eric Lagori has terrible ugly cry Kim. Stop
We
it
had
or
one
stop
for the-
crying.
Yeah, the Susie Steiner award,
Jeez,
terrible
that's
ugly cry.
terrible.
Ugly cry.
So
I
in the
cringed watching it.
in the fall of 2019, I was teaching my entrepreneurship class in the classroom. This was pre-COVID-19. And all of a sudden, in walks into my class, just boom, not even knocking on the door, just boom, in the middle of my lecture or activity that we were doing, walks in Jason Hendricks, Deshaun Hines, and trying to think who else was with you. Franz Benjamin, and he's got balloons and I could tell Deshaun was a little uncomfortable because he works at the college, and he's like, well, I don't know if we should be going into a classroom. I don't know if that's Deshaun could be kind of serious like that, but Jason was like, no, let's just go in there. So they were delivering to me a birthday present for my birthday, and they showed me video clips of all of these people that had really kind things to say about me. It was amazing. And Franz
and I evidently didn't do a video clip.
No, you
kind
didn't.
thing.
No, you didn't.
You did a video clip.
I don't think she did actually. Did she?
I did.
She was out of it. No, she didn't
I
do
did.
one. No, she wasn't part of it. And then Franz gave me this pair of shoes, which I love, FB collection. So that was really cool. He's another student of ours. But that was a great experience. And you videoed me getting the gifts, which was kind of cool too.
And I think Beth got an experience as well. She got one. Matter of fact, look, I want to show y'all this picture right here. So I want to show y'all a picture of the first person who ever received a gift experience. And she may not know.
Paige.
You think it's
With
Paige?
the Paige? Paige
Oh,
wasn't the
wasn't Paige?
first. I don't know. She was
No?
one of the first. Yeah.
Do you think it's Paige? I don't think it was Paige. I think it was this woman here.
Oh my gosh, I remember that.
Oh yeah.
That's it.
Oh, and that's the forgot or not box and everything
The
back
box.
in the day. Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
The
It was
box
my
that
birthday,
Jason spent money on that I was like, what did you just do?
and the
You don't even have a
class,
customer yet. You spent money on a box. What the heck, man?
but it was special. And he did discovery with that because I gave him feedback about that
That's
box.
right.
So,
Yes.
oh wow, that is so crazy. All right, are we ready
All
to play
right.
a game,
Yes,
guys?
let's do it.
Dwayne and Jason, we ready to play a game? Kim?
Ready?
Yeah, so my first question, Beth, is a tech question, believe. Oh, wait, hold on. I think I figured it out. Never mind.
Yeah, all four of
Okay.
us are showing
That's
up.
what I wanted to do, is make sure all 4 of you guys were on there. So who's ready for some 4th of July trivia?
Oh, look, I'm gonna put on my there we go. See, I have to win 4th of July video. I am the most patriotic.
You are.
You are. I mean, I'm close. I'm a close second.
Yeah, but the other two are veterans, so we don't have a chance. I mean,
we
nobody's
lose.
more patriotic than them.
We lose. I mean, we should just like, boom, that's it. Out.
I feel like I need to root for like my boy from like my home state from Missouri.
There you go.
However, but I also
Ouch.
but I
Show
also
me.
have a very special place in my heart for Jason. So I'm
This is a
rooting on the
tough
both
one.
of you to like kick their butts.
Okay.
Because
All right.
these are not your average. They're not all your average questions. So how this is going to work is we're going to do like you did last time, Beth. And the first person to raise their hand,
Like this.
but you have to have your hand down when I ask the question, Andy. There is no
You
cheating.
can just keep it up.
Look, we all know who makes the rules, right?
Kim.
Him.
And you
So-
even sound like the voice from of God because you can't see you, and it's just this unembodied voice.
Hello.
I mean, I feel like that's better than saying the voice of reason, because everybody knows I would never be.
We're going to play
Um,
a game now.
Okay, I am going to mute Andy now. Okay, so we got it. Raise your hand when you know the answer, and I am going to be keeping score, and who I say wins is the winner. So
Okay.
first question.
Well, winning
How many
winning
hot
doesn't
dogs-
matter to me.
That is
What?
true, Andy, but it's not.
Okay. All right. What's the question?
How many hot dogs are consumed on the 4th of July each year on average?
Dwayne.
Over
Has
2
his hand
million.
up.
2 million?
Yes.
You don't get to
That
go.
is-
She.
Oh,
That's it.
That is not correct.
Okay.
I don't get to go. I don't get a chance.
Yeah. Somebody else, Andy,
All right.
can go
Well,
now.
I have my hand up.
Well, no, she
Yes,
has
hand-
to.
Okay, ready? Hands down. Go. Okay. it was Andy. Okay, Andy.
All
Yeah,
right.
reflexes
So-
like Spider-Man.
So I'm gonna venture to say that 70% or so of all people eat a hot dog. On
Just give me a number.
so I'm gonna say
You don't,
200 million.
that's not correct. Jason, we'll go with you next.
Go with 30 billion.
30 billion.
Wow. That's a lot of hot dogs. Not.
Oh,
Beth,
Ah.
Beth, you can take this if this is how it's going to work. The closest person to the number is now going to take this. So,
And this is how many
Wayne, you
hot dogs?
said 2 million.
I
Andy said,
no, I think I said it like, 145, something like that. No?
million. You did not.
Okay.
Andy, what did you say?
I said 200 million.
And Jason's just not even in this.
No, I don't. Even,
So
I think that's more than there are people on the planet.
I mean, I ate 2 hot dogs yesterday, so.
Okay, all right.
So more than 2.
All right, I'm going with 3 million.
Beth. It's 150 million.
Andy,
I almost said that.
Oh, wait. Yeah, it is Andy. Andy gets the point.
Right. This is
So-
good. Not that it matters that they got
Exactly.
the lead or anything. Yeah.
But you see his
Okay,
hands
ready?
going up.
Hands down. Next question. What city has the biggest fireworks show? Beth,
New York.
correct. For an extra point, do you know what company puts on the biggest fireworks show? Beth was first.
Macy's.
Dang, she knows her stuff. Okay. Next question. What is the most eaten food on the 4th of July? Andy,
Hot dogs?
you're wrong. Beth,
Potato salad.
no. Jason,
Barbecue.
no. Dwayne,
Hamburgers.
no. You guys are all wrong. Corn on the cob.
Oh. Hey, at least I said potato salad.
I thought I heard Jason say corn on the cob. I don't know.
No, I'm pretty sure I heard barbecue. Okay, this is hopefully a good one, and you guys will all know this. When was the Declaration of Independence signed? Andy,
1776?
what date?
No.
Oh.
No.
All right, fine. You can go.
Okay,
I know
Beth.
the date.
Go.
July 4th, 1776.
That is not correct.
Oh shit, no. Oh,
And Beth just got censored. It's a good thing we're not trying to monetize this on
Jason,
YouTube.
go ahead, Jason.
July 3rd.
Nope. Andy. Oh wait, no, Dwayne. Sorry, I was.
I know. It's hard to get Dwayne. And
No, I was.
awkward.
I toggled to YouTube really quickly, and you were raising your hand.
I can see that though. Like look at I got some stuff going on
yeah,
there.
Dwayne's
Exactly.
much more handsome. Okay.
Dwayne.
The 5th.
Okay,
of
Dwayne.
July. July 5th.
No.
Okay.
Did you guys all guess?
Yeah.
Yeah.
August 2nd, 1776
Okay.
Okay.
was when it was actually signed.
I knew that.
When was the first 4th of July fireworks display?
When
I will
or
Like
take
when?
what year?
I will take a year.
1992.
Okay. Were you born in 92?
I mean,
So clearly you know nothing
I'll
about
say
Wait, no.
No,
You have to raise
you
your
didn't.
hand.
You didn't raise your hand. It's not the Andy show, Beth.
1876.
No.
And she said it with a smile too, like.
She's all excited. Andy,
1905.
no. Dwayne, do you have did you already guess?
No, I did not.
Okay.
Oh man. 1777.
Yes.
Boom.
It was July
man.
4th, 1777.
So the Declaration of Independence was not signed on July 4th. It was in
Signed on
August.
August 2nd, 1776. In what year did the 4th of July become a paid federal holiday?
Hello.
Beth?
Like, oh. 1962.
No. Was that the year you were born?
No,
I'm kidding. You were born in 1985. I know. Andy.
that's right.
I'm gonna say 1918.
That's the year you were born, but no, that is not correct.
Wow.
All right. Who else has a guess?
Wow. Paid holiday?
Paid holiday.
1975?
No. Nope. Jason, did you already guess?
I'm gonna go with the mid 18.
Oh, wait. You said
Said
What?
mid 1800.
no.
I think Jason said
1938.
1437. Jason said.
Oh, it was 38.
Oh, 38. All right. Darn, I was 20 years off.
I was 30 years off.
Andy was 30 years old.
You know it.
Okay. If I am going to take, and I'm going to start with Andy, it'll go to Dwayne, Beth, and Jason. And I'm going to take the closest number to the answer as the correct answer. How much do Americans spend on potato chips every year on the 4th of July on average? This is a shocking number, by the way. No, it's starting with you, Andy.
Oh, starting with me. Okay. Just being polite. Saying hello out there.
I mean, I know it's got to be old. It's got to be hard being like 90.
All right, I'm gonna say $700 million.
That is okay. Dwayne, let's go with you.
I would say 699 million.
Beth, apparently now the price is right.
I think it's higher. I'm gonna go.
I'm so glad you
Wait a
guys
minute.
see my face
The-
expression.
The guess. Wait a minute. Andy said what? I
Doesn't
can't
matter
remember.
what I said.
He said 700 million, and Dwayne is
Eight.
199 million.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with not 950 million.
Okay, Jason.
I guess I'm not gonna go billions this time. I guess I'll stick in a million. So I'm gonna go with a flat 100 million.
Jason is the closest. It is 92 million.
Wow. All right.
Oh wow, 92 million.
You
So
guys
it's
are
much more
way
than
off
that.
on that.
Well, I thought they were expensive. I guess they buy cheap potato chips.
Buy one, get one free.
Yeah, there
Exactly.
you go.
Bobos, man.
I mean, a better question would have been how many fewer
No,
potato
hey,
chips are
excuse
in
me.
a bag now that's full of air?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, I'm the question maker. Second of all, this is going. It's now raining. Apologize if you guys hear a storm happening.
What's
It's not raining here.
This is going to be a very easy question, I'm hoping.
Okay.
How many colonies signed the Declaration of Independence? Beth,
13.
yes. Why was Independence Day celebrated on the 5th of July in 1779? Jason,
It was a leap year.
no, but that's a pretty
I love that. That's a good guess.
Beth.
Death of John Adams
No,
or Thomas Jefferson?
no,
Okay.
Beth. Anybody else have a guess?
No.
It was a Sunday.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
back then that mattered.
Hmm.
Now
Who
it's all about
played the role of Ron Kovic in the 1989 movie Born on the 4th of July? Dwayne.
Oh.
Tom Cruise.
Yep. You are on it, my friend.
I
Good
hear the
movie.
rain.
I know, it's like soothing or something. Who is the only US president to have been born on the 4th of July?
Oh, born on it. Oh,
I like how you've got like half a hand.
I know because it's those two, and they died on the 4th. I don't know if they
Wayne.
were born on it.
Franklin D. Roosevelt.
No.
I'm just going for it.
Beth.
Thomas Jefferson.
No.
Damn it.
Andy, Jason, got a guess?
I'm going with Herbert Hoover.
No. Jason
Hitler.
was not a president.
John
I
Adams.
had to be a president.
Calvin Coolidge.
Oh.
I was kind of closest then with Hoover. I mean, come on, I can't get that one.
Okay,
Close,
ready? No.
Close doesn't work. You can't be a little pregnant.
That is true. That is very true. What do the 13 stripes on the flag of the United States represent? Andy.
The colonies?
My hand was up first.
I saw Andy's first. I'm sorry.
You blinked.
No.
I'm trying not to.
But if you'd like, I'll give you the point, Beth, because it doesn't matter to me. Would you
No.
like my point?
It doesn't
No,
matter
what's
to
your
him
point?
anyways because you're beating him.
Yeah. It doesn't matter because I'm beating you anyway.
In what city was the Declaration of Independence signed? Andy,
Philadelphia?
you are correct. Well, now you guys are tied.
I had my
maybe
hand
that
up
did
too.
matter. Okay.
Come on, Dwayne, and because you're
When
close.
did the White House have their first 4th of July celebration? What year?
Oh, I can't. I don't know.
Any guesses?
Oh,
I'm gonna go
Beth.
with
1802.
Oh gosh, no. Andy,
I'm gonna go with 1941.
no,
Was I close?
maybe.
I was. I was close.
Dwayne or Jason?
1777.
No. Dwayne?
1790.
No.
Can I have it? Was it 1803?
No.
When was it?
It was 1804.
Oh, man, I was so close.
Ooh, close
What
doesn't matter.
state?
I know you can't be a
What
little pregnant.
state? That is true. What state was the first to declare Independence Day as a holiday?
Dwayne.
Andy.
Dwayne. No, Dwayne was
Dwayne.
first.
Was
Dwayne
it
was
Dwayne?
Virginia.
No. Andy, you got your hand up next.
I'm gonna say Massachusetts.
You are actually correct.
Oh no, he's ahead of me.
Um,
Oh no, 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 no,
It's
no, no,
okay.
no, 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 no.
Okay, ready? Beth, you gotta get your thinking cap on. How long is the annual 4th of July hot dog eating contest?
How long?
Andy,
Andy,
2 hours.
no. That's a lot of hot dog eating for 2 hours. Beth,
10 minutes.
yes.
Oh,
Okay, ready? Who sewed the first American flag?
Who's
Andy,
who's
Betsy Ross.
yes. Okay.
now we're tied again.
Who are we ready? Are we ready?
Come
Who
on.
gifted the United States the Statue of Liberty?
Who what?
Beth,
France.
Andy, you gotta pay attention.
I
That's
couldn't
right.
hear you.
I'm
We're in the
on top
lightning
of it.
round. You gotta turn up those their earbuds.
That's right. I hear her loud and clear.
How tall is the Statue of Liberty?
Oh, I know that.
Jason,
14 feet.
you are incorrect, sir.
Jason's funny. Oh, I don't know.
I mean, I'll say 550 feet.
You are incorrect. I will take the closest answer at this point. And so far, neither one of Jason or Andy are anywhere close. Totally different spectrums.
I'm
what did-
terrible at spatial things. Like I can't.
I
I
am
don't know.
too. How tall is the Statue of Liberty?
I can give y'all a hand if y'all like.
No,
I'd say
you're not
10
Googling anything.
10,000 feet.
No. Beth,
An airplane, I think, flies about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, a small one.
So, yeah. So I'm gonna go with 850 feet.
what did you say, Andy?
I said 500 feet. Or
I said-
I think I said 550.
That means I went over. I can
So
hear it.
actually, Jason, with his 14 feet answer, is correct. It's 151 feet.
That's all?
Oh, wow. Okay.
I am bad with spatial things. Bad.
Okay. What color or what was, the most commonly used color for 4th of July celebrations?
Colors
What
or
was and
color?
is color.
The most color?
Color.
What is the most commonly used color for 4th of July celebrations? Beth, your hand is up and in my face.
Red.
No.
No.
Jason?
Blue.
Nope. Dwayne?
White.
Nope. Andy?
Green.
No.
Black.
I'm kidding. It is green. I was seeing if you like actually knew it or if you were just guessing, and I guess you just guessed.
Green?
Yep, you got it.
It's green. Yep.
He's using strategy and making the rest of us guess the obvious.
Okay.
Why green? I'm confused.
I have no idea. I just said it.
It is the most commonly used color for 4th of July celebrations. You
Yeah,
gotta listen to the whole question.
I know.
Fireworks is the most commonly used color in fireworks. And fireworks are the most commonly used celebrational thing.
That's what I was thinking.
That's a BS question.
I was thinking
It
about
is
the
not.
fireworks.
It is not.
That's
It is
a
not.
BS question.
Look, it's on the internet. Everything on the internet is real. We all know this. Come on.
You
Not
want-
when,
you
not
want
when
me to
Andy
give-
gets it right.
Do you want me to give my point over to you?
Andy, you know what you can do with your point.
You can enjoy it.
Wow.
You can enjoy your point.
Wow.
Wayne, you have no idea what you walked into with this. They get feisty. And then if Andy loses, I have to like bug him for a week for a selfie.
Not true.
because
Oh, really?
Not true. Not
is very true.
No,
I have text
no.
messages to
No,
prove
you
Yeah,
it.
but
don't. You
He's
do
winning
not.
right now. So
Okay, we have 3 more questions, and where we stand right now is Beth has 5 points, Dwayne has 2, Jason has 2, and Andy has 6.
Six.
So,
oh gosh. The stress.
well, this is what I'm gonna do. So everybody has skin in the game still. The final question will be worth 2 points, so it's anybody's game still.
Okay. Hear that, Dwayne and Jason? Come on, guys. I need you.
What? Oh, wait. Other than the United States, which are the other countries who celebrate the 4th of July? Jason.
China.
Huh?
China.
Get out of here. Like, just go. Oh, Andy.
Dwayne had his hand up
yeah,
first.
Dwayne. He's like so nonchalant with his hand up. I can barely see it sometimes. Okay.
Puerto Rico.
No.
Oh, that's what I was gonna guess.
Andy. I will take.
France?
No. There are 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 5 of them, and I will take 1 for the point. Beth.
And France?
Uh,
And France wasn't one of them?
Nope.
some
Well-
islands. It's some islands. Is it Mandarin Islands or?
Don't get in their heads, Dwayne.
Oh,
Don't get in their heads trying to throw them off. I see what you're doing. I see what he's doing. He's got some. He has a
All right.
strategy.
Can I go again?
Great Britain celebrates that they lost. I'll say Great Britain.
No, you guys. Well, actually, since I am the person
England.
that makes the rules,
Canada?
yes, it is England.
England.
So actually, the answers are Denmark, England, Norway, Portugal, and Sweden.
Wow, that's crazy.
And China is like right next.
Just because we use their fireworks, Jason, does not mean that they celebrate with us.
Oh, I lost a flag.
Oh no.
All right, go, Kim.
Okay,
Well, she's
How
searching
many
for a flag.
people? How many people signed the Declaration of Independence? Beth.
13.
No, that's how many colonies. Jason, your hand was up next.
52.
Oh, close but no cigar. Andy, Dwayne?
Oh, I know.
I'll let Dwayne go first.
No, Andy goes.
All right, I'm
Go
going to
ahead.
say 57.
No. Dwayne?
uh,
Can I get another guess?
39.
No.
39.
So I will grant another guess. We're going to do a lightning round. Just spit out a number really quickly. Beth?
27.
Jason?
54.
Andy?
48.
Dwayne?
26.
How many? What?
26.
No. Andy, what did you say the first time?
I said 55, I think, the first time, and
Can't remember.
48 the second time.
Okay, none of you got it right. It's 56, and I'm not giving anybody a point because I gave you guys two
Oh.
I
chances.
was so close. I was like
Oh my
54.
God,
I gave you
55?
two chances.
55.
You
Two
said-
chances.
You say how many? 36?
56.
Oh, 56.
Okay. The last question. This is worth double points. We are standing at Beth, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Dwayne's got 2. Jason's got 2. Andy has
9.
no.
6.
So 6.
We're tied.
This one should be.
Ah,
So actually, since I make the rules, this is going to be worth 5 points.
Yay.
Ready?
oh gosh, it's for all the marbles.
It is. Beth can't handle the pressure.
Look at her.
Who
She's got her
wrote?
hand going.
Who wrote the Star Spangled Banner? Dwayne.
Francis Scott Key.
Dwayne for the win.
I won?
You did.
Wayne wins.
Dwayne wins.
He
Thank
Oh,
slipped
you.
man.
in. He slipped
Okay.
in right at the
He
end.
did
man.
slide in and took the bonus at the end.
Okay. All
And
right.
he was fast on that hand because I was right
Oh,
He
there.
was quick, and Jason's now gone.
Jason.
That is so funny. That was fun. And I'm really shocked at the very minimal 4th of July trivia, y'all know.
Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing.
I mean, I get like the hot dog stuff. Like, that's a little weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Dwayne,
that-
congratulations, Dwayne.
Thank you. Thank you. That was an
So-
actual question when I worked at Oscar Mayer because we made hot dogs, and it felt like
That's
me I could not remember because that would be when we like 30 days, I think 30 or 60 days before the 4th, we were like overtime, just keeping the plant open to make hot dogs just for the 4th.
So this is how it goes when Beth and or Andy lose. They are now required, and since it's a holiday, I'm going to be kind of lenient. I just want a selfie by Sunday with a sign that says, I lost to Dwayne Kimball.
Dwayne Kimball. Yep.
And Jason, if you would like to play along, it's not required, but I would gladly take that as well.
You got that look
And
like
I would
whatever.
I would like for your sign to also say, I lost to Dwayne Kimball in 4th of July trivia. So
Yeah,
everybody
okay.
realizes that the veteran
And
kicked
being-
your
Yes.
butt.
Being from
I love
Texas, he should have
You
won
can
that
be
one.
as patriotic as you want to on your background, Andy Gold.
I know.
And you're
It's
gonna
all-
beat
it's
out-
all it's all fluff.
And on my head. And on my head here.
I love your flags on your head.
Isn't it cute?
It
You
is.
guys, thank you for
Guys-
coming.
Take the selfie, Andy. You got to take. Oh, actually, you know what? Hold that back up again. Because actually, that looks really good with your little background.
I see.
So
No.
wait, I c-
It's Kimball, Kimble.
Oh, whoops.
Oh, jeez. Y'all are mad.
I knew that.
Just
Okay, you got to zoom out a little bit with that. Perfect. I mean, not really perfect. It looks like junk, but whatever.
Good. Done. Got mine done. But it was an
All right,
honor.
Beth is
I
going to
do
do
mine
hers.
too. Oh wait.
You got to zoom out a little bit, Beth.
Here.
yeah.
Yes.
And it's
Yeah.
spelled. Oh wait.
That's
Do that
right.
again.
Oh wait, hold on. I wish I could do a GIF of this because I've got like the little bit of the flag like blowing. It's like a little wavy. Thank you guys so much for playing. I hope you guys had fun.
Spending an hour with us. We appreciate
yeah.
it.
I mean, who doesn't love spending an hour with Beth and Andy?
Beth and Andy had to do their last little things here. What's that, Jason?
Listen, don't forget about Forgot or Not, because Forgot or Not won't forget about you.
Right.
And if
Man.
you need some hot dogs delivered for 4th of July,
A Publix?
with a personalized message of God
Oh.
bless America.
Are you doing hot dog deliveries?
You know, would have been a good question.
What's that?
What is the outer layer of the hot dog called?
A casing.
Nope.
It would be like
Nope.
the skin of the hot dog.
This-
Oh, what, the skin?
Yeah,
And-
the outside of it. What is it called?
The skin?
No.
Ooh. What's it
Say it.
called?
It's called the hide.
The
Hi.
hide.
That just
And it is
hot dog sounds
it's
disgusting.
created. It is created by a slow smoke process that creates it to keep the juices inside. The casing is what is used. The batter is pumped through these tubes into the casing. The casing runs across what they call a forming fork table. And when the forks press down on this table, when the casings are stretched out, it forms the hot dog. So if you see the end of the hot dog that looks like it's wrinkled,
Yeah.
it's because the casing is pressed down into this forming fork. That's what creates that wrinkle, but it's called a hide. And it takes about if I can remember, I want to say about 3 hours. It goes through a smoke zone, through this smoker, goes up and down like this, and that creates the hide.
You know a lot
And
about
one of the ovens is made in France, and it's called an Alcar oven. I don't think they
Wow.
donated it. I think Oscar Mayer had to buy it from France. It wasn't
you should
donated like this.
from helping,
So all I have,
What's that, Jason?
he should like change his business and help vets with hot dogs.
Oh, you know, that's a
Leave
full,
no hot dog behind.
yeah, that's a food process I would never want to work in again. It was
so you said it's called the hide.
the hide.
Yep.
So then what I need to tell people is I would like my hide of my hot dog burnt, please.
Yes.
'Cause I like
when
burnt
I used to
hot
eat
dog.
hot dogs, I liked them like that.
Like a crispy
Funny.
hide. Yeah.
Vegan hot dogs and vegetarian hot dogs are not good.
No.
Uh,
Ugh.
Disgusting.
Vegetarian hot dogs.
Not that bad.
It's just tofu in the shape of a hot dog.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
nasty.
Thank you guys so much for
This
coming
was
on.
great,
You
and
guys
what an
are
honor to
awesome.
have some veterans on for our July 4th celebration. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Kim. You're a great producer.
You are, Kim.
Yeah, thank you for
Something.
having me.
And
Yeah.
hey, I came up with the hack with YouTube. I mean, come on. We were struggling with Facebook.
You did.
Yeah.
I
Yes,
will give
Andy.
I will give you
Yes.
props, Andy.
You
'cause I was
did.
going to argue with you.
He's not the average civilian, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Jason.
He's not the average.
I'm the
civilian.
below average. I'm the below average civilian. You know.
We need T-shirts that say that, not the average civilian.
Yeah.
I like that.
So Kim is
That's
like
good.
CIA. Kim is CIA, and then Beth is like we don't DEA. Or
I mean, yes. Jason, can you please not tell people that I'm in the CIA?
gotcha. My bad. Gotcha.
We gotta keep that on the DL. He just learned yesterday.
That's funny.
All right, you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you
All right,
so
we're going
much.
to do our
This is
shout
great.
outs.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we got to do. You can
We'll
stay on
see
if
you
you want
soon.
to, but we're doing our
Hop
shout
off
outs.
video
Yeah,
Awesome.
hop off the video.
and mute
So
your
I-
mic, please.
So our shout outs today, Andy. If
Yes.
you didn't read
I read it. I read
your
it.
prep work, you
I
read your
read the
prep,
prep
work?
work. Oh yeah, I'm on it.
Okay, you ready? Andy, we have to do our ready.
Okay.
It's our ready?
Shout out.
Oh, you too. I wish I could just put that video blooper in of you guys doing this during this section live
Shout
because that's amazing. Anyways, keep that.
So this week's shout out goes to the Everyday Entrepreneur Venture Fund funded companies. They went through their interview process this time last week. That's why we weren't live, and you saw the blooper reels. So we had 5 companies apply. 4 have secured the funding. The 5th is close. We just need a little more paperwork. We awarded $40,000 in funding, And Andy, I just want to mention this because people misunderstand. This was not a pitch competition. This isn't just pitch your idea and you get a bunch of money. These people put in hours and hours and hours of work, just like Dwayne and Jason did, because they're both funded companies too. So these are legit companies that had to do a ton of work with their financial statements and their marketing and their research and the whole nine, right?
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's amazing. I mean, they have to jump through a lot of hoops. And then even after they get funded, there's a lot of follow-up post-funding requirements as well. But they are a really diverse group of new businesses that we just funded on top of the 11 that we already have funded. So we really have, oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just gonna say, I'll give the first one. She was on Facebook Live several weeks ago. Matter of fact, she was prepping to do her presentation when she was on the Facebook Live. And so our first funded company is Shelby Leopold with Far Out Swimwear. And so she was awarded her request for funding. We're not telling how much any individual company received, but she was funded. And she came out of the academic program. You can go, Andy.
Okay. This next one came out of our Strive program. I first met her actually up in Tallahassee. Well, I met her in Tampa, but then I kind of reconnected with her in Tallahassee when I went up to the Jim Moran Institute IVMF program to guest speak. Her name is Pamela McCoy, and she got funded for B5 Reaffirm, an amazing business that's providing these boxes that build self-esteem for young girls in the community, also with a curriculum to help provide them with much needed support during challenging times in their young lives. I mean, it's an amazing business model she put together. So we're really proud of Pamela.
Our next company came out of the Strive program as well. And that was Monica and Michael. Michael McFerrin and Monica Iacone. And they own a business called Weekend Navigators. It's a travel company that specializes in destination weddings and events. And they've done a whole lot of work with the COVID-19 issues and being able to forecast into the future and pivoting and really finding a niche. I think the committee liked that they have a niche of really helping fellow veterans navigate, get it, the process of a destination wedding, because many have to get married right before they go on leave, and then they're deployed and they come back and they need to get married and so on and so forth. So Monica and Michael, congratulations to them as well. They were funded.
All right, and then the last one is a student that came through our college credit program. I always misspell missay his last name, Eric Ondino. And he has a business, I can't remember the name of it, but it's a
Undyne Cosmetics.
Undyne Cosmetics. But it was probably out of all of them the most innovative. It's a body paint that can be used for artists who are engaged in body painting, but also for people that paint their bodies for different events and artistic purposes. But it's a really unique product because it is very safe. And he got funded to continue the research and development of one part of his product line. But we're really excited about him because he's also an adjunct faculty member at Hillsborough Community College. So it was really cool to kind of have him come through the college credit program. And the committee was really jazzed up about his idea, as they were everybody else's. So that was really an awesome company to have come through. We're really excited about what the future holds for Eric.
Yeah, and I want to do a shout out also to the funding committee, who had to review these very detailed feasibility plans. Dwayne mentioned it in his interview earlier, and the funding committee did a great job. So especially special thanks go out to Jen McDonald, to Chris Taylor, help me,
Yeah.
Andy.
Well,
To
Lee is on there.
Lee Lowry, Lakshmi,
Lakshmi Shenoy.
Shanoy, they and our friends at SunTrust.
Yep, Vicky Lovett. Vicky Lovett.
Suncoast, not
Suncoast.
SunTrust. Sorry, Suncoast.
Yep, Vicky Lovett
about
at
that.
Suncoast. Yep.
Yeah, they did a great job and were very well prepared. And because we changed things up where it's not a pitch, this is a time for students to be interviewed. So there was 2 shout outs for the price of 1 today. All the funded companies, congratulations on receiving that. And to
I'm sure we
committee.
missed a few people on the funding committee, but that's okay. We have so many opportunities to thank people, but
Well, I think those were the ones that were like able to be on the call. We have excellent funding committee, but unfortunately, COVID has put people like Dan Bavaro, who's on the committee, was unable to attend because, of course, he's trying to balance his business. So there's some other folks too.
I think Liz Bobby was on.
Oh, Pilier, yes,
Pilier,
yes,
she was on there too.
Oh, and she did her homework too. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, she
really
had some great questions. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and then the last thing before we close up our live today is we are pinning, once we're able to get back to Facebook.
We are not pinning. We will not pin to anything because there's no chat on Facebook Live. So I will post to Facebook, to our page.
Okay. All of the web links for our workshops for the coming week. Kim will also put Dwayne and Jason's information in there, and be sure to like and follow and engage with the InLab. We really do appreciate that. Share it. We're want more and more people to know all the great things that are happening here, not just in Tampa, but nationwide. So make sure that you share this with your friends that are even outside of state. So that's it for Facebook Live today.
Can I throw in one last thing before we say goodbye?
Oh, that's an Andy. You're making an Andy move.
I am, because I just thought of something, and you know how my ideas are. They're just random. But if anybody out there that is watching these is interested in possibly coming on and being a guest, please reach out to me, Kim Randall, or Beth or Andy, and we will kind of add you to our list of upcoming guests on the show. So yeah, if you're interested, just let us know. And now, sorry, I will stop.
Now we can wave, Andy, unless you're going to say and.
No, I'm all about staying on time.
Yeah, this was the longest live. It's like we already did our after party.
Now I end?
Yes, we can end.